Учился к нам на презентацию университета Загреба, а конкретно факультета ФЭР. У нас сегодня два докладчика, поэтому, кто интересуется обучением в Хорватии, не стесняйтесь задавать свои вопросы. You can start. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the introduction. Hello to everyone. Welcome to this event, online event by University of Zagreb, Faculty of Electrical Engineering and Computing. I would like to welcome you in Ukraine, but it would sound really weird and bad. So I think we'll keep this our part in English. Of course, you can ask questions in the chat box in Ukraine, and we'll quickly try to translate it. Since I guess most of you are not familiar exactly about what we are offering, what is our program, where is University of Zagreb and Faculty of Electrical Engineering. So to start, we'll go through a short presentation which shows the basic things about who we are and what we offer to potential students. Petra, is it okay that I start?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So, as you can see here in the slides, I hope you can see it. We are a part of University of Zagreb, called Faculty of Electrical Engineering and Computing, and actually located in Croatia, which is down here on the coast of the Adriatic Sea. Zagreb is in the continental part, shown with this black dot, but it's essentially, as you can see, essentially just across Hungary, and we are already in Ukraine. So Zagreb is quite an old city. So with history, Slavic history, and then there were a lot of, let's say, updates by under the Austrians and Hungarians. And this is a nice view of the Zagreb city center, which you'll be able to see practically from our university, our faculty, because this is almost the view which we have from our main building. Zagreb, as I said, is quite an old city. This is the snapshot of a city center. So there are a lot of influences here from Austrians and Hungarians. But as a city as a whole, it's a very, very alive city. It's a very good place for prospective students. It's a very vibrant city. There are a lot of things which are happening throughout the year, many festivals and street exhibitions. This is not only the case in the normal times, this was also the case during the pandemic, because everybody wanted to be outside and at least enjoy things as much as possible. Now, apart from this festivities in the summer and in the fall, we have a very popular event called Christmas Market, which actually takes most of the December and most of the January. It was actually voted the best Christmas market in Europe for a couple of times. And here are some pictures from it. It actually occupies the whole city center, and it's a very, very nice thing to see and enjoy during the winter months. Now, the University of Zagreb as a whole is the biggest and the oldest Croatian public university. As you can see from the years, it's now 353 years old. We just a couple of years ago celebrated 350 years. As such, it is comprised of 31 faculties and 3 academies. We, as Faculty of Electrical Engineering and Computing, are one part of it, a very big part actually, and we are located here, as you can see in the map of Zagreb, which is very close to the city center, which is just slightly to the north of our faculty. All these other red dots are other faculties of the university, which are scattered around the city. This is another, we don't have a single campus for all the faculties, but FAIR, or Faculty of Electrical Engineering and Computing, is located at one location. So all the laboratories, all the lecture rooms, all are at one location. One thing which is available to our students as a part of university is a very big and very nice university library. And what is very good for our students is that it is very close to our faculty. So you can use all the facilities also here. As only the Faculty of Electrical Engineering and Computing, we are hosting more than 3,500 bachelor and master students. For these students, we have, as a staff, more than 730 employees, which take care that they get the best knowledge in electrical engineering and computing. And to be more precise, what we offer are studies in electrical engineering and information technology and computing. As you can see here on this image, we have essentially three main buildings. You cannot see the first one. It is actually the newest one where the name FAIR is written. So all of the classes, all of the laboratories are actually in these facilities. The tall building is 13 floors of laboratories, and the lower buildings are actually lecture rooms, most of it. One of the laboratories is the submarine or underwater laboratory, which is shown in this image below. Now, as I mentioned, we offer education in electrical engineering, and information technology, and also computing. This is divided in bachelor and master study programs. Bachelor study programs are, of course, 3 years, and they comprise 180 ECTS according to this credit system. Master study programs are 2 years and 120 ECTS. In the bachelor, we have only two options. The main option, of course, the main options, electrical engineering and information technology as one direction, and computing as the other direction. Most of our students also take bachelor after bachelor, go to the master study, and in this section we have fully English master study programs in electrical power engineering as a part of electrical engineering and information technology. We have robotics, which is a part of ICT, or information and communication technology, and data science as a part of computing. Once more, I stress, these are fully English programs from start to finish. Now, in regards to the specific bachelor studies, as I mentioned, these are two: computing and electrical engineering and information technology, fully in English, 180 ECTS points, and the annual tuition fee for this program is 5,600 euros. Similarly, the three profiles for master program, electrical power engineering, which is focused on sustainable energy, data science as part of computing, and robotics, are also fully in English and comprise 2 years, where annual tuition fee, in this case, is 6,000 euros. So short leaflets, which will be available to you later, are shown here, so I won't delay here. This is one of our big lecture rooms. Of course, not all classes are held in this big rooms. These are only used for big events when there are a lot of students. Of course, most of our classes are held in smaller groups in order to have a better interaction between students and teachers. Our main research areas are mentioned here, and they are mentioned because most of our students during their studies are getting in touch with these technologies and this research. We encourage them to start early, to involve themselves into some kind of project in artificial intelligence, ICT, robotics, sustainable energy, biomedical engineering, and so on. This allows them actually to actively get involved into competitive scientific and industrial projects which are run at FAIR. FAIR runs more than 260 projects annually, and we encourage all the students to get involved in order to get the maximum during their bachelor or master studies. In particular, most of the students do their bachelor or master uh, diplomas or projects within some of the projects. Apart from, of course, all projects and learning and all this stuff, we are very proud that FAIR is also a university champion for 5 years in a row in sports. In sports in general, when all the teamwork, all the teams, all the sports results are combined together. So our students actually have good record of doing sports. In particular, this is very convenient for our students because University Sports Hall is just next to FAIR. So it's very easy to participate in many sports. Most popular are football, basketball, rowing, and volleyball. But of course, there are many others. And of course, not to forget that you have to get relaxed, you have to party sometimes. We have electrical engineering students club, which is responsible for organizing one of the best student parties for freshmen in Croatia, and it is very well known throughout Zagreb. And the club of engineering students is responsible for this. You can see several pictures from this club, but also this freshman party is held on the entire facilities of FAIR. What is very nice is that this club is open, of course, to all students. It organizes not only the freshman party, but also all kinds of different musical or different kinds of events, workshops. They organize small workshops like for some popular things like making videos, doing better photography on one side, but also they organize also some things which are more in line with your studies. So workshops which are more focused on something, some collaboration with companies and so on. This is an image from this club. One very good thing is that all students have a very big discount here, so the coffee or drinks are quite cheap for all the students coming here. Although our English studies have actually started just recently, we have a very long tradition and experience with international students through Erasmus program. We had also several Ukrainian students coming through Erasmus program in the last couple of years, where they were able to go through some courses. And of course, every year we host approximately 100 Erasmus students, so coming from all around Europe and some even further, which always share their experience about studying and living in Zagreb. And I can really say that all of their experiences are usually very positive, and this you can see here in their small statements, which are shown here. One of the most important things, which is now mentioned practically at the end, is how do you finally, when you finish your studies, how do you get a job? For this, you can always ask our career center, which takes care of this, and it holds several events throughout the year. One of them is a job fair. So job fair is a weekly event, so it lasts for an entire week, where our students can actually meet representatives of more than 100 companies, which come to our facilities and actually talk to students, promote what they do, and try to find future employees. We encourage students to go to these events, and most of them absolutely do. Some of them even start part-time jobs during their studies. It is possible to do this in Croatia. Of course, we don't encourage any students to do full-time jobs because that would be too much. But some smaller scale jobs working for some companies is possible even during your studies. And this, in this sense, Career Center is very much active in connecting you with your potential future employees. With this, I would like to practically conclude. Here are the contacts, which are the main contacts for our English studies. You can contact any of these emails or try to find us on the web. Later, we'll share the screen with our website and show you the main information. But you can always contact some of us to find out something more. If you are interested about anything, you will find out through our emails or through our website. To conclude, of course, Zagreb is a very nice place to study. It's a nice place to live. It is a very safe city, a quite convenient city because it's not very big. It's very easy to get around. And what is very, very good thing, and what all the exchange or foreign students coming to Zagreb tell us, that it is a great thing that you can actually be at the seaside or in the mountains in practically 1.5 hours of drive from Zagreb. And as you can see, all these images shown here are actually where you can be after 1 or 2 hours of driving. Of course, Croatia is quite famous for its coastline, the Adriatic Sea, and here are just a few snapshots of nature and the islands, which are very close to Zagreb. And I think, yes, the final image, of course, here is Dubrovnik, which you can also visit. And we also have some good programs and collaboration with the University of Dubrovnik. So there are also some potential to do your master, part of the master projects with the University of Dubrovnik. And with this, I would like to conclude the presentation. And I see that we also have some questions here. So we'll try to answer them instantly. Okay. So the question is, do you have something like a 0 year for preparation of international students? Actually, there is no 0 year, but there is, let's say, a preparatory course for our students. And of course, I think it will be possible also for international students to join, which covers the basic concepts in mathematics and physics before the semester starts. So this is organized actually before the semester starts. Our semester starts in October, and this is usually held in September. It depends actually on the interest of the students. So I think it is not held every year, but if there is enough interest, it is organized. Yes.
Yes, it is offered for bachelors.
For bachelors, of course.
Yeah, for bachelors. So we have another question. Tell us something about your latest projects.
Well, FERC is comprised as a faculty of 12 departments covering most of the things which you saw, computing, electrical engineering, ICT, and all that is, of course, separated into departments which cover more data science, more ICT, Internet of Things, and stuff like that. So when you look at the number 260 projects, there is practically no topic in this field of electrical engineering and computing which is not involved. Some of the most interesting projects which are actually going right now are some projects in marine say underwater surveillance. So our laboratory for underwater research is developing many autonomous divers, autonomous submarines, which are inspecting the seafloor or making some kind of analysis of some objects in the sea. This involves, of course, robotics. This involves some parts of the mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and of course, artificial intelligence, which has to process all this data. Of course, there are similar projects with air drones, which do the similar thing, but in the air using drones. This is from, let's say, from the topics from the robotics department. There are several projects which deal with satellites. So FAIR is it's planning to launch its first student satellite. There is a team of approximately 20 students working on this project, which will not only make snapshots of the Earth from space, but also do some very interesting measurements about light pollution and the ozone layer. So using some novel sensors which are being developed here at FAIR. And of course, there are many other projects. Of course, all the students once, of course, not at the first year, but usually from the second year, they can get involved in this work.
Okay, thank you. There is another. Are there any scholarships for students or availability to pay part of 6,000 euros?
No, Petra, I think you're more familiar with this.
So at the moment, unfortunately not, but we believe that we are working with companies, with our partners from the industry to take part in education of our international students. And hopefully from the next year, we will be able to offer some scholarships as well.
Yeah.
We know that this is very important for students, and especially when they come from abroad. So we are aware of this and we are working on that.
Yeah, unfortunately, what some of the countries offer is a national scholarship. This is not yet possible in Croatia. There are no such thing as national scholarships. Sometimes there are a very small number for some specific studies there is, but not at the moment for our faculty. But as Petra mentioned, we are working very closely with several companies, some international companies like Ericsson or Amazon has recently opened this office also in Zagreb, and some national companies located in Zagreb, such as Rimac, which is a car manufacturing company. And we are hoping that as soon as next year, we'll have some options for scholarships.
Actually, we are already thinking about our students that are enrolled in this academic year to ensure them some scholarships for the next year. So it is ongoing, really, project, and our efforts are on this issue. Can we go to another one? Is there a difference between employment assistance at the career center or Croatian students and foreign students? And what problems can foreigners have when looking for a job? Would you, Marco, answer?
Oh, well, I can start. Of course, there is no difference in employment assistance. Our career center is open for all students of FAIR. So it basically helps our students. And the job fair and all the events they organize are open to all of our students. Actually, this event is opened practically to everyone, since more than 100 companies physically come to our facilities and present themselves at this event. We also, also since we are open faculty, you can enter any time of day or night. Also to this event, also students from other faculties come, so it is a very open event. As what's concerned regarding the problems that foreigners can have when looking for a job, as long as you are as a student, even Croatian students cannot have a full-time job. But after passing through our education system, I think there should be no problems when looking for a job. For a part-time job, that is not within this segment. So even foreign students can have part-time jobs up to I'm not sure how many hours.
40 hours per week. 40 hours. But it's very important to mention, okay, we have job fair, which is the biggest job fair in Croatia. And we host more than 100 companies at that event. But in general, throughout the year, more than 250 companies look for their future employees among our students. And like all of our students meet at the first time their future employers 1 year before graduation. So they are very popular among companies, and really our companies really try hard to reach to our students. And it will be the same with the foreigners, because I believe that IT sector is very international, and many foreigners already work in our companies, so that shouldn't be a problem. We really need the workforce. Okay, let me see the next question.
So the next question is, tell us more, please, about the rules for part-time work for students. I've read there are many specific rules for this in Europe. Oh yes, as Petra mentioned. Yeah.
We have so there is only limit to 40 hours per week for students. And the other thing is that we do not recommend our students at the first year to start working, because our program is very demanding, and we really suggest that you give all your time to studies. But later on, of course, you are more than welcome.
Okay.
Is it in Croatian or English? And what is the price difference? Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, what we are mentioning here is our fully English program. Of course, in parallel, we have the Croatian program for Croatian students. Essentially, if after some time you can get to know Croatian very well. I think also there is a possibility that you regulate your stay here. You could actually, for example, if you finish bachelor, then you could actually apply for the master in Croatian. What's the price difference between Croatian and English? Well, essentially, not sure. The Croatian is subsidized for Croatian students. But of course, if they are not in the quota which our faculty has as for students which are subsidized. I think the semester is for Croatian
8,040 kunas, or
yeah. So I think it's amounts to 1,500 euros per semester, 2,000 euros per year. So there is a difference, but of course it is because Croatian program is very much subsidized by our ministry for Croatian students or those who are fluent in Croatian. So
yes,
that's the difference.
is physics.
For computing programs too? Physics is a part of our program also at the first year of computing. It's actually a physics. The first year is actually joint for both computing and electrical engineering. After this first year, if I'm not mistaken, there is no physics courses in computing, but this basic physics course is necessary. I mean, you will pass it in the first year of the computing program also. There is some essential background that you need, but high school knowledge of physics should be enough. Okay. Okay, what kind of a visa should a student have and where to issue it? Petra, you're maybe better familiar with this.
I just copy pasted the link in our chat. I'm not sure. I hope everybody sees that. It's a useful information. So on maybe I can share the screen. Just a second to try. I'm not sure how to do it.
Well, maybe we can start screen sharing and show the web page.
Yes. I don't know how to exit now this sharing screen.
Okay.
So it's in the chat. I don't know, Marco, if you can show it as a screen.
Just a second. Show it.
Yes, that's it.
I'm getting some flickering, but okay. So this is the main page of University of Zagreb, which lists all the requirements when exchange students or international students come to Zagreb, listing also the visa requirements, what is needed for residence permits, and what to apply, how to apply, and who to contact in any case. Also, this link and others regarding the requirements are also listed on our web pages, and actually you can find our web page also here on the top of the screen. Study at Fair, which will take you directly to our web page about our English program, where you can see the detail, also some of the details regarding the visas and similar. So I'll try to stop sharing and Q&A. Okay. So what kind of visa? Of course, it is a student visa, so shouldn't be any problem with it. where did we? I want to ask what scholarships do you have? I think we already mentioned the thing with the scholarships. At the moment, we are not offering directly any scholarships, but we are in the process of talking to several companies which are willing to support our international students to cover the the annual fee in full or in part. So there is a lot of discussion about this. And as I said, as Petra mentioned, there is also a discussion to even help those students which are now already studying to cover their scholarships for the next year. So hopefully, by the time that let's say May or June, when the application deadlines for our faculty will be closer, we'll have more information. Of course, everything will be in our website promoted so that you are aware of this.
Okay, another one.
Have you graduated from a Croatian university? If so, which one? Yes, I graduated at this faculty. I'm not sure about you. You graduated from University of Zagreb, but I'm not sure what faculty.
Yeah, Faculty of Political Science. I'm a journalist.
So we are both residents of Zagreb.
Yeah. Can I apply for a bachelor's degree in programming with English as the language of instruction? Is there a scholarship for this specialty?
Yes, as we mentioned, we offer bachelor programs fully in English, in computing, which of course is mostly about programming, and electrical engineering. So you can apply directly for computing, which will be more or less programming. English as the main or only language of instruction. Our students can also, I mean, international students can also just simply go to Croatian lectures if they feel comfortable to listening to Croatian. It's not a problem. All the lectures are open, so there is no limit. Especially for you, because of the similarities in the language. Okay, it's not so similar from what I've heard from some colleagues, Ukrainian colleagues. Croatian sounds to Ukrainians very much like some kind of archaic Ukrainian language, but there are some similarities and some words are quite similar. So you could even understand quite a lot of it. The scholarship for the bachelor program, it doesn't matter is it computing or electrical engineering, is 5,600 euros. And as we mentioned, we are hoping that there will be some grants available in the near future for our bachelor and master students.
I just wanted to mention maybe regarding the language, we offer a buddy program for our students. That means that students, Croatian students that already study at FAIR will be at your disposal, and you can, meet them and spend time with them, and they can show you around and help you at the first weeks or months. And at the end, they might teach you how to speak Croatian as well. Okay, next question. What's the cost of studying?
In the field of information technology. Information technology is a part of our ICT, is on the master level as such. So it falls in the master level as such. Goes with the master level fee, which is 6,000 euros. So this is the fee for the studies. Maybe this is a good point to mention also the living costs in Zagreb, since we are essentially in the European Union, but essentially the prices of living are not so high. So it is it is quite convenient to live in Zagreb because you can actually either rent an apartment or share an apartment with your colleagues for relatively low, for relatively good price. So apartments in Zagreb are everywhere between 400 euros and let's say if it is a very big apartment, up to 1,000 euros per month. But usually students are not only international, you can also meet Croatian students which share apartments and to reduce the living costs significantly. And managing the food and everything at our restaurants is to some extent subsidized. So it is possible to get some lower prices on lunches and stuff like that. But in general, also the cost of living is not so high as in the other European Union cities. So I can move on. Do you help your graduates with employment? If so, only in your own country or also abroad? As we mentioned, we have the Career Center, which helps all of our students, in particular graduate students, to find their career or their prospective employer. And as a part of the events which are organized by the Career Center, this is not only for Croatian companies, but we also have a lot of companies coming from abroad. In most cases, these are companies from the vicinity of Croatia. So mostly these are companies from Austria and Germany. I'm not sure if we have some from Italy. I think yes. But also we have a lot of our students get either full-time jobs or part-time jobs working for Austrian companies, even German companies. So it is very much possible. That's what I know. Petra, maybe you know more.
No, I think you covered everything.
Yeah. Okay. From which countries do applicants come? Well, so far we had a very diverse team in our first year of bachelor. So we had applicants from South Africa, from Russia, Germany, Canada, USA, and I think we had a lot of applicants from
France.
From France and from Nepal, from Asia, but unfortunately, in the end, they didn't come. So that's the current situation.
And hopefully from Ukraine now.
Yes, there are from what I know, there are Ukrainian students studying in Zagreb, but not at Faculty of Electrical Engineering, but at School of Algebra, which is offering some ICT level. The next question is, what about the dorms? Are there enough places for every newcomer? What are the living conditions price? Petra, maybe you know better about the dorms. Not sure.
Yes, regarding the price, we already answered partly on this question. It goes from 300 euros up to 500 or 600, but if you share a room or the apartment with somebody, you can really decrease this amount a lot. Regarding the dorms, we will also, so for Erasmus students, we already arranged some places, several rooms in dorms for these students, and we hope that in coming months and years, academic years, that it will be regulated also for the international students. But the prices are similar, especially if you share apartment with somebody. You know, the prices of the dorm and the prices of the private accommodation. And you know, people in Zagreb are really fond of young people, really fond of international students, and of course we are a very touristic country, so you shouldn't have a problem with finding accommodation.
And
actually,
also finding your way around in Zagreb, in particular in Zagreb, but also in Croatia in general, specifically more in the coast, you won't have any problems, because most of the people here are quite good in English, especially most of the young people. So you can easily find your way around. I mean, you can enter the shop, and most of the people in the shop will know English and have no problems. So that's a good thing about Zagreb. The dorms are regulated on university and national level. So at the moment, they have some restrictions regarding international students, regarding the number. This number is first filled with Erasmus students, but since there is, let's say, reduced interest of Erasmus students in the last years, so we are hoping to open these positions for our international students, so to speak. Okay. I think we have some comments in the chat, which were okay. I see one comment, which we cannot shift to Q&A. Which says, I didn't understand. Is it necessary to pass entrance exams, or I need a certificate and a motivational letter? So no, there is no entrance exam for our English program, but you have to have a certificate of passing the high school, of course, and the final exam from the high school. Along this, there is some very basic motivational letter. What is most important while in the application procedure for our studies is an interview, which after you apply for our studies, you will apply also for, you will get information on all the steps. And at one point, we will contact you and discuss when to do the interview, where we'll discuss your, of course, your school years, how did you do in school, and what you expect from your studies, and of course, answer all your questions directly. This interview is not an exam; it is really an interview about what do you expect, and what can you expect from the faculty. Interview is done online, yes.
And I want to say that it's very friendly. It's really relaxed. So we actually know about each other a lot in this half an hour that the interview lasts. And you shouldn't be afraid of the interview, because it's only getting to know you and what are your interests, and we also can see immediately the level of your English. This is also important.
Yeah. Formally, you of course need to have some kind of a certificate from English, but usually we allow our international applicants, if they didn't manage to pass the exam from English in time for the interview, they can do it also after the interview, but of course before the semester starts. So that is not a problem. No problem.
Thank you. I'm not sure if everybody read our message. There's a new one. Is there a language center or courses at the university?
Yes, actually, the Faculty of Electrical Engineering and Computing Fair is located on what is called University Alley. So there are several faculties which are very close to each other, and one of the faculties which is very close to our faculty is Faculty of Philosophy, which also organizes courses for international students, courses in Croatian for international students. Apart from these are also subsidized courses for international students to learn Croatian, but they also organize courses in different languages. In that case, that of course they charge these courses, but from what I remember, it's not really a big price. So there you can learn German, Italian, French, all languages.
I just copied the link of this Croaticum. It's called Croaticum. It's in a chat. I hope you can see it. And there you can get all the information how to learn Croatian.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Croatian is free, right?
Yes, I think it is. Yeah, I'm quite sure.
Other language courses are charged. Usually, I'm not sure if the prices have increased. Probably they did, but the prices were around for a course in, for example, German. The prices were around 250 euros per month, something like that.
I'm just reading for Erasmus students, so you might maybe enter this category.
Yeah.
In future. It's
That's
400.
No
400 kuna. Yeah,
it's
400 kuna. It's 50 euro.
Yeah.
Mm. Is there any other question, maybe?
So one thing which needs to be mentioned is, of course, that you usually finish your high school at the age of 17, which is, of course, kind of sometimes problematic due to traveling and finding an apartment and so on. But we are aware of this, and of course we can you can apply for our English program, and we basically in coordination with other institutions will negotiate and discuss the problem of you being underage. So this shouldn't be a problem if you want to apply for Croatian. So we are aware of this, and we are managing this, so to say.
And you won't be the first one to come from Ukraine as a minor, so don't worry. maybe we can look another video.
Yeah, we have several videos of Welcome to Zagreb, so about fair and more. So maybe it inspires you to more questions. This is fair. This is our faculty. This is the faculty library, laboratories, student mensa, big hall, smaller. We have a garden, as you can see. Great.
That's it. We can put another video as well. This is career speed dating. It takes about 8 minutes interview with your future potential employer. And just one more, since we started with videos. This is job fair.
Okay, I'll share our page, share our studies, our welcome page for English studies. Okay, and I'll share the link in the chat so that we can just in case, which covers all the aspects that of our program. So as we mentioned, so we offer both bachelor and master study programs in the specific fields, so electrical engineering, information technology, and computing. In the master level, this is more specific, so it is more focused on electrical power engineering, sustainable energy. It's focused on robotics and data science. You have a description of these profiles in short, also some more videos about Zagreb and FAIR. Application deadlines, the most important dates are listed here. So you can see that we have an early bird application, which is already going, and it will last till May 20th of this year. And the regular application deadline is July 22nd. Now, our semester starts in October, around 1st of October, but the deadline is important, this 22nd July, because in advance, of course, all the procedures, all the recognition of your grades, of your previous high school grades needs to be done. And this is done by Croatian government. So this is not something that we can influence. So it has to be done in advance before the semester starts. That's why this deadline, July 22nd, is important. Here you will see all about the application and tuition fees, both for bachelor and master, and experiences of some of our international students. More details about each of the programs are here available on this links. In particular, you can go directly to depending on the bachelor program or the master program, on the admissions pages, where you will see everything about the admission procedure. So there is an online application form that you need to access and go through. But here you can check what you need to do before you start your application. So all the documents that you need to acquire, what are the requirements for, depending on the program, depending is it a bachelor or master, and how to meet these requirements. So of course, it differs if you have Croatian certificates, which you probably don't. You have other matriculation certificates. This means high school diplomas, essentially. So you need to have some general requirement met, and the English requirement is listed here. Regarding the English requirement, as I mentioned, it is possible that you apply without the past test to go through the interview without passing this test. But of course, after the interview, you still have time to fulfill this this requirement if necessary. And there are some specific requirements about mathematical knowledge are listed here at the end of this page. Similarly, for the master program, on the admissions page, you will find similar information, data about what you need to have fulfilled in order to be able to enroll the master program. The most important for the master program is that you, of course, have finished a bachelor or integrated study, which is equivalent to 180 ECTS or even higher. So, okay. course, if you go to the master programs page, you can directly access details about each of the specific specializations, meaning the electrical power engineering, robotics, and data science. Okay. So I can stop sharing this. One more interesting link, which I would like to share. I just need a second. Is the page of the University of Zagreb, which covers the living and studying in Zagreb costs. So this is the estimated monthly living expenses for the accommodation, transportation, food and drinks, and so on. So you will find here, and I'll share the link below. Oops. In the chat, so you can also find it. An estimate of the living costs monthly in Zagreb, so you can have a good guess. So this is about food, utilities, transportation, books. Although books more recently have become PDFs, so I think this can be ignored because everything is practically found online. And in total. And here you will find also some useful links about finding the accommodation in Zagreb, different links which cover ads for accommodation regarding flats in Zagreb. There is also information about transportation. In Zagreb, Zagreb is interconnected with tram lines, so most of the public transport is done with trams. If you need to go further or somewhere into more remote parts of Zagreb, there are also a lot of bus lines which go also from the center to these areas of Zagreb. So it's not a problem to use the public transport to find your way through Zagreb. Also, there are a lot of taxis. In recent times, there are also different kinds of applications for taxis which are offered, such as Uber or something like that, which offer quite low cost taxi transportation in Zagreb. But still, of course, public transportation with trams and buses is much cheaper. There is also the mention here of the student restaurants and different kinds of advices about currency, credit cards, banks, telephones, and so on. So this is a very useful link to find your way about costs and the organization of life in Zagreb, so to speak. Okay, I think I can stop sharing this.
I clicked on a survey, so I see some of you filled it. We are glad. Maybe some we get some more answers. I can see that there are only few of you left with us.
Yeah.
If you have some,
I mentioned the survey in advance, but okay.
Yeah, I also forgot. We'll know better next time.
If you have some more questions, of course, please feel free to ask.
Or yes, I already put here in the chat our email address, but I will put it again on enrollment@fair.hr.
Yeah, so you can always write to this email about potential issues, questions regarding anything. And you can always, as mentioned, check our website. There is a lot of information there about the application process, the requirements, and as you saw, different links which will help you get a more better understanding of what is the cost of living, what is the organization of things in Zagreb, and so on.
I was thinking to share some photos, but I'm not sure where to find it.
Okay.
This. I have to put it one by one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
This is how our main hall looks like.
Yeah.
And students are there the entire day and most of the night because our faculty is open 24 hours a day, and a lot of students learn there, not only from FAIR but also from other faculties. So we are very open to everybody.
Yeah. This photo was actually, as you could see from the masks taken during the pandemic, this current times.
Yeah.
But one thing which is important, and we like to mention it, even during the hardest lockdowns, so to say, we held all the laboratories practically were held still live, of course, with all the measures implemented. But we are proud that all the practical work, which is very important for engineering students, was done live at our facilities, and we were able to do it.
This is our students' club set, where you can also hang out during the day, and in the evening there are parties and like disco or concerts or tech talks. So recently we organized tech talks where we invite IT managers or CEOs to share their experiences with our students. Let me see what more we have. This is one of the biggest international events held on the seaside with autonomous robots, water robots. And these are also some students. They are looking what's new. This is during the job fair, where students and guests can try VR and obviously have fun. And that's it. I don't know when is the time to finish the presentation, but I don't think that there are a lot of students anymore with us.
Yeah, I hope that you had a nice time, and got interested in studying in Croatia at the Faculty of Electrical Engineering.
Yeah, so thanks to you very much. I see really a few people left for this time. So thank you for your presentation.